Good afternoon from Yummy Bee TV, or good evening when this video reaches you now. It is a case that we followed for quite some time, and we even got blamed, if you remember rightly, we got blamed Yummy Bee TV for supposedly sharing false information about the double child killer and rapist, Colin Pitchfork, right? So this case was the first of its kind. I mean, he thought he'd got away with it, but it was the first of its kind where DNA was proven in a court case, right? So these horrific crimes took place in the 1980s. They were both 15-year-old girls. Now, Colin Pitchfork at that time, because the sentencing policies were a little bit different, but hold on, wait. 30 years life sentence, okay? For 2 murders, yeah, 2 murders. That appeals to be 15 years apiece for those little girls. He won his appeal and got it knocked down to 28 years because of some error of some kind or whatever. So he serves his sentence, right? He gets let out, wasn't too long ago, was it? Right? So he serves quite a chunk out of it. But I say for 2 murders in one lifetime, let alone one, especially when they're children, and that kind of stuff, right? To even get let out, you were lucky. I done more bird than you. I mean, I did more time than you. There's men rotting in there that should have got out years and years ago. And their crimes are bad and horrific in some cases, but not as evil and wicked as yours, Colin Pitchfork. So he got out. He was subject to licence conditions, ended up in a hostel the first time round, but was recalled for approaching a lady, right? So still got his old ways. He was told you mustn't approach. Something happened. There's risk factors surrounding his relationship with women that he can explode and do anything mad and that kind of stuff. He got attacked a couple of times in the olden days, right, in prison, but we'll talk about that another time. So he got out, and then he went up for his parole hearing because it's not a charge, is it? It's only breach of licence conditions. So when he goes up for his parole hearing, the staff say they filed a report saying that he's sexually assaulted another inmate, right? So and that went before the parole board. The parole board said, "Nah, we're not letting you out." Okay. So then he won an appeal to have another hearing, yeah, or oral hearing, which is an open one, apparently, right? To say that the reason he didn't sexually assault anyone, that they just did that to him to stop him getting out, right? But he's gone back into the parole board, and as predicted by Yummy Bee TV, right? I was giving it the biggin on these ones. He's been told to rot in jail. Now, his risk factors surrounding women will always be there. Any man or woman who ever committed such a crime against children, nothing would ever change. We've gone into that kind of stuff on Yummy Bee TV, right? And the other thing, we've got to pay our respects to the parole board on this one, because it could be easy to let him out and be fooled again, really. Ask for an open prison instead of being released, right? Open conditions. And the parole board said no to that as well. But really, we all say, don't we, that you shouldn't really have a chance to come back out when there's so many. Some of those men that committed crimes and were life sentence prisoners with me they never had those kind of flaws to do that. They possibly have more chance of being rehabilitated than people like Colin Pitchfork and all the rest of them ones we talk about that are a real danger to the public and society then and remain so now. Yeah, don't fall for it, and you never. Okay, so that's the latest on that one. So a bit of good news there.